Imagine your entire world revolving around one person, your father, your protector, your best friend. Now imagine losing him, not to an illness, not to an accident, but to the very person who promised to love him. This is the story of Eva Benefield, a young girl who grew up watching her father, Doug, be her rock after her mother's death. A love story that began with hope, but ended in betrayal, heartbreak, and murder. Today, I'm asking you to join me as we uncover the twists and turns of the Black Swan murder. Together, we'll piece together the clues, question the motives, and confront the devastating truth. This isn't just about solving a case. It's about understanding the human cost of manipulation and violence. If this was your family, how far would you go for justice? Let's unravel this mystery together. 2016. Doug Benefield was 54 years old, a successful entrepreneur and a grieving widower. His wife, Eva's mother, had passed away just a year earlier, leaving Doug and Eva to navigate life without her. Eva, then 16, adored her father. They shared quiet evenings listening to jazz, long talks about life, and a bond that felt unshakable. Then came Ashley. Ashley Benefield was 33, a former ballerina with a past as captivating as her presence. She met Doug at a charity gala, and within 13 days they were married. To Doug it was a whirlwind romance, a second chance at happiness. But to Eva it was a storm brewing, threatening to tear apart the family she had left. As Ashley moved into their lives, Eva felt herself being pushed further away. Her father's attention shifted, his time consumed by Ashley's needs and whims. For a teenager mourning her mother, it was a devastating change. Eva described it simply. It felt like losing him twice. From the outside, it looked like a fairy tale, a charming older man and a beautiful ballerina. But to those closest to Doug, including Eva, Ashley's presence felt like the beginning of the end. By 2020, the fairy tale had unraveled. Doug confided in friends that Ashley's behavior had become erratic, wild accusations, mood swings, and constant demands. Eva, now 20, watched helplessly as her father tried to hold the marriage together. Ashley began accusing Doug of being controlling and abusive, filing restraining orders and portraying herself as the victim. But there was no evidence to back up her claims. To Eva, it was clear Ashley was isolating her father, cutting him off from everyone who cared about him. She was rewriting the story, Eva said, turning him into a villain when all he ever did was love her. I've seen this before. Manipulation masquerading as victimhood. Doug was caught in a web trying to protect his family while being pulled further away from them. Would you believe Ashley's accusations, or would you trust the man who had always been the rock of his family? September 27th, 2020. Eva was at home when she got the call that shattered her world. "Your father's been shot," the voice said. When I arrived at the scene, Ashley was outside the house, sobbing, her face streaked with tears. She claimed Doug had attacked her, forcing her to defend herself. But inside, the scene told a different story. Doug lay on the floor, his body still, 4 gunshots to the chest. The gun was placed neatly on the counter. There were no signs of a struggle, no overturned furniture, no defensive wounds. This wasn't chaos, it was precision. I remember standing there looking at the evidence and thinking, something isn't right. Self-defense doesn't look like this. When we spoke to Eva, her grief was raw, overwhelming. She described her father as her best friend, the man who had taught her everything. He didn't deserve this, she said through tears. He was kind. He just wanted to be loved. For Eva, the loss was compounded by the isolation Ashley had created. The months of tension, the lies, and now this, her father was gone, and the family they once had was destroyed. Eva's words stayed with me. Behind every case there are people, families whose lives are shattered. For Eva, this wasn't just a crime scene. It was the end of everything she had known. In 2024, Ashley Benefield's trial began. She took the stand, painting herself as the victim of domestic abuse. Her performance was captivating, tears streaming down her face, her voice trembling. The media called her the Black Swan, comparing her courtroom theatrics to a ballet performance. But the evidence dismantled her story. Forensic analysis revealed Doug had been standing still when he was shot. There was no attack, no struggle. Text messages showed Ashley had been planning her defense for months, painting Doug as a threat long before the shooting. In the end, no performance could erase the truth. Ashley wasn't a victim. She was a manipulator, and the evidence made that clear. In September 2024, Ashley was convicted of manslaughter. For Eva, it was a bittersweet moment. Justice had been served, but it couldn't bring her father back. Eva sat quietly in the courtroom, clutching a photo of Doug. As the verdict was read, tears streamed down her face. He deserved better, she said. He deserved more time. This case wasn't just about a murder. It was about the ripple effects of manipulation and loss. Eva lost her father, her family, and a part of herself. No verdict could ever bring that back. The Black Swan murder is a chilling reminder of how love can turn deadly. It's a story of manipulation, betrayal, and the lives left in ruins. For Eva, the journey doesn't end here. She carries her father's memory with her, using his love to find strength in the face of unimaginable pain. What do you think? Was justice truly served? Or does the shadow of this case still linger? Share your thoughts below. And thank you for joining me in uncovering the truth behind the Black Swan murder.